Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another spine-tingling edition of Why Is My Hair Like This? No, it's another edition of Sports Final. We are a little late tonight, as you can hear. Uh, Bowl games are going on as speak, and some of them are going on longer than others. Anyway, we're here, and we welcome you to this fine institutional program that proves that without a shadow of a doubt, oi, we are truly going full bore here. Okay, are we got we got everything almost an insurrection here. There we go. Okay. Got our teleprompter up. And in just a few moments, we'll proceed with the program. And there's a lot of program that we're doing tonight. Okay, let's bop in the teleprompter so it can work. Okay. We got a lot to tell you, a lot of sports for you. Our sporty balls are looking good, folks. Let's put it this way. Just got to do a reminder to myself and everybody else that we're on the air now. This is the place to be. It is the place to be, isn't it? That's right. It is the place to be. We're glad to be here. We're glad you're with us. Now, come on, straighten up. Okay, by the way, all the scores we bring you, as always, are provided by our good friends over at Caesar Sportsbook. Remember, we are all Caesars, which is strange because I look okay in a toga. Anyway, let's go to it. We have games still in progress. It is New Orleans Bowl. Yay. Yay, New Orleans. The New Orleans Bowl is about a minute 35 remaining in, I guess you could say, the fourth quarter, which it is. Marshall leads number 23 number 23 Louisiana leads Marshall 36-21, a minute 35 left in the game. Let's go for some finals in the Boca Raton Bowl. It was Western Kentucky, and we have our bell. Do we have our bell, our little dingy dingy? One dingy dingy, two dingy dingies, 8 dingy dingies. Do we have anything that looks like the bell? Yeah, there it is. It's hidden. Oh, it hides from us. There we go. Okay, we can do it now. Yes, good. Boca Raton Bowl, Western Kentucky over Appalachian State, 59. There you go. 59, 38, and there. Okay. In the New Mexico Bowl, Fresno State over UTEP, 31-24. The Independence Bowl, UAB defeated number 13 BYU, 31-28. In the Lending Tree Bowl, it was Liberty 56, Eastern Michigan 20. In the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, it was Utah State or Oregon State 24-13. Monday's little piece of fun will be Old Dominion in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Old Dominion take on Tulsa Monday 2:30 on ESPN. The other two scores, we'll repeat it for you. Bahamas Bowl, Middle Tennessee over Toledo 31-24. And the Cure Bowl was pretty decent. Coastal Carolina over Northern Illinois 47-41. Hello. Oops. Oops, I went a little too far on that one. I'm now over here. Yes. Oh, yeah. While I was waiting for some of the bowl games to end, I was on the Ballers. Uh, they were on Mandy Summers' channel. Great folks. You think I'm creative? And we got to see John Malin beat up Shane in the Comic Skate Wrestling Federation, which ain't bad. I'll tell you that much. But I want to see Mandy Summers wrestling. I want to see Mandy Summers wrestling. So maybe I might just have to go for that. Go on that their Comic Skate Wrestling Federation thing they got. By the way, if you ever want to hear a good promo, and I give John Malin a little prop because he did a promo for his wrestling thing. It's pretty much self-explanatory. This other guy named Shane, he was okay, but he's got to reach in with his inner to find his like inner Ric Flair, inner Macho Man Savage. Just say, you know something, brother? I've heard everything I want to hear. I have one thing to say to you, sir, and that is you just get ready for these 24-inch pythons because they're about ready to do a little body slam, a little hanging and banging on your face. Now there's a promo. A little bit of Macho Man with a little bit of Hulk Hogan. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that mesh of monologue and show. Let's get on with more here. Do we have more here, or do we? Ah. Okay, come on, hit me up. There we go. Let's go to our basketball segment, the NBA. I know we got to get a shave. You got me some clippers. I'm gonna clip the beard a little bit, not a lot, but a little. And we got some headlines for you and everything else. We're going to do an hour of this, so let's begin. Okay, well, the Pistons continue to have more trouble. Rockets beat them 116 to 107. Celtics beat the Knicks 114 to 107. Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors 119 to 100. Orlando Magic over the Brooklyn Nets 100 to 93. Oklahoma City Thunder by 1 over the Los Angeles Clippers 104 103. Get back down. Cleveland Cavaliers beat the defending NBA champs Milwaukee Bucks 119 to 90. The Washington Wizards, hey, they beat the Utah Jazz. Who knew? Again, Utah actually had Jazz. 109 to 103. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the pro basketball. Let's pop in a little bit. Get you the ladies and the gentlemen of college basketball up in the valley of the Jolly Green Giant. And let's see if we can't pump. Let's see if we can't do this properly. Hey, we're on the air now. Yes, indeed. Do-ah. Okay, let us go to women. That's right. We're going to the ladies. And let's check out the scores. I love it when a teleprompter actually works. By the way, we want to apologize for last night. We had a little tech issue with our internet, but we would like to tell you that whatever we missed, we'll try to bring to you sometime tomorrow. Hey, we can do that. But there was a lot we had planned to do, but unfortunately we had a little problem with the internet and the show didn't quite make it. But it's on there nonetheless, warts and all. Anyway, Let's get you the scores. There are about 4 games played. Thank you. There, should have done it that way. There are about 4 games played for the ladies, and let's give you the scoreboard of that. We already gave the sponsors. We don't need to sponsorify it again. So here we go as I pick along rapidly. Number 3, Stanford over number 7, Tennessee, 74-63. 14th ranked Iowa over UCF, 69. Bing that bell. Why? Why bing the bell at 69? Because 69's a workable number. That's right. 69-61 Iowa over UCF. Number 20, BYU over Washington State, 71-53. And number 22, LSU took out Bradley, 77-51. Shiver me timbers. Okay, let's go to the men. And once again, just to remind you, whilst we once again just do a little props, a little prop-a-doodle. The second installment of Johnny Phantasm is in the email stages. So go to Indiegogo.com, look up Johnny Phantasm. That'll be something for everyone to purchase. And if that's not enough, and it certainly isn't, if you'll excuse me, I know. Whoa, hey. Come on now. There you go. Okay, let's get the men's scores. And while we do that, I will seek the asylum here. Okay, bam. We bammed. We should have boomed. Which one are we looking for here? What I should do. We got hockey coming up and a whole lot more. There it is. And don't forget, folks, Pirate Queen number 2. Go to Indiegogo.com. Do a search, Pirate Queen number 2. That one is about ready. I think that's already in demand, but check it out. Get it, got it, good, and be one with the mighty Nebuchadnezzar. And don't forget, folks, Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter, the best, one of the best. I'm going to just say it. One of the best. Spike it up, folks. Spike it up. It is going to be gangbusters. It is among the many benchmarks of Comicsgate, and I guarantee you, I will stretch the neck out and say that this is so good. The artwork, the story is so good. I would not put it. I would not bet. I'm literally for clumping of words. I will tell you, Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter is so good. Mark this down. I am predicting someone, somewhere, maybe Cameron will do it. I have a feeling Jack the Ripper is going for Hollywood. I just got this feeling in my bones, and trust me, my gut sometimes is wrong, but with this, with the way they're doing Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter, Hollywood's going to be calling. I think you're going to see Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter being gobbled up by a Hollywood studio, on one condition, of course. They don't change a thing. They don't rewrite it. They don't woke it. They leave it as is. This is one of the best that I have ever had a chance to see. And I mean, so the artwork is brilliant. The story is just excellent. And with that said, we delayed, and it pops up. Yay. Okay, number 1, Baylor over Oregon with 78-70. Number 2, Duke over Elon, 87-56. Number 3, Purdue over Butler, 77-48. Number 5, Gonzaga over number 25, Tejas, 69. Bang that bell to 55. Number 6, Alabama, 65. Jacksonville State, 59. Number 7, Kansas over Stephen F. Austin, 80-72. Number 8, Arizona, an 84-60 winner over California Baptist. Get the scoreboard back up, boys. Get that freaking scoreboard back up. We were doing great. Now, okay, where were we? Oh, yeah. Number 8, Arizona over California Baptiste, 84. Thank you. Den.
Open this.
Oh, no, let it let it defizz. Thank you. Alabama over number 7 ranked Kansas over Stephen F. Austin, 80-72. Number 8 Arizona over California Baptist, 84-60. Number 10 USC over Georgia Tech, 67-53. Number 13 Auburn, a 74-70 winner over St. Louis. Number 14, Houston over Oklahoma State, 72-61. LSU, number 19, ranked LSU over Louisiana Tech, 66-57. Providence, 57. Number 20, UConn, 53. Number 21, Kentucky over North Carolina, 98-69. 22 ranked Xavier over Marquette, 80-71. Hofstra over number 24 Arkansas, 89-81. And we have a lot of canceled games for you. 16th ranked Seton Hall was to meet Iona. That was canceled. Number 18 ranked Tennessee was to meet Memphis. That one got canceled. Number 23 Colorado State was to meet Tulsa. That got canceled. Of course, the Ohio State game that was supposed to be shown on CBS, that also got canceled. So we are done with both the men and women's college basketball. So now all we got to do is the G League, and we're done with basketball. Then we go with hockey, and we got some major news about hockey, about the NHL coming up. It is not good news. We'll just put it to you like that as we continue the hors d'oeuvre here. And I know we were right in the middle of the hockey thing, and all of a sudden everything just went fooey. So please forgive us. Forgive our trespass. There we are. Okay, Saturday, December 11th, here are the games from the NBA's G League. The Maine Celtics beat Raptors 905, 134-106. Delaware Blue Coats defeated Capital City Go-Go 107-93. Green Medical City Capitans defeated the Greensboro Swarm 108-99. Get out there. Iowa Wolves over Fort Wayne Mad Ants 110-105. Long Island Nets over the College Park Skyhawks 117-110. Lakeland Magic lost to the Birmingham Squadron 97-88. Austin Spurs over the Texas Legends 116-105. And the Stockton Kings over the South Bay Lakers 113-109. Sioux Falls Skyforks. No, I'm reading the wrong one. No wonder. I was wondering, well, that's deja vu for you. Okay, they had no action tonight. No kidding. They got a lot of action tomorrow. Here's some of it. We'll give it to you anyway. Wisconsin Herd, South Bay Lakers at 3. Fort Wayne Mad Ants, the Delaware Blue Coats at 5 o'clock. Capital City Go-Go, Birmingham Squadron at 6. At 8 o'clock, it's the Oklahoma City Blue and the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. 9 o'clock, the G League Ignite going against the Grand Rapids Gold. That'll be on ESPN at 9 p.m. Motor City Cruise, Maine Celtics at 11:30. That'll be on NBA TV. By the way, Wisconsin Herd, South Bay Lakers. I'll be on the Deuce, ESPN2, as will the Capital City Go-Go Birmingham Squadron game. And with that said, we go straight to hockey. As we said, due to a little phone line problem, we couldn't finish up the show. So we just there. Okay, we got your scores. Everything should be final and is. So let's rock this puppy. And of course, if there's a final, you know there's Molson Cup 3 stars. So let's get going. Carolina Hurricanes over the Los Angeles Kings 5-1. Fast for Carolina, 1 goal, 1 assist. Kotkaniemi for Carolina, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Skigel for Carolina, 2 assists. Ottawa Senators lost to the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3 in overtime. And the 3 stars were Sanheim for Philly, 1 goal. Lindblom from Philly, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Formanton from Ottawa, 1 goal and 1 assist. Another overtime final. Dallas Stars over the Linda Steel Dallas Stars over the Linda Steel Chicago Blackhawks 4-3. Pavelski for Dallas, 2 goals, 2 assists. Klingberg for Dallas, 1 goal, 1 assist. Hagel for Chicago, 2 assists. Red Wings finally broke the slump. They beat the New Jersey Devils 5-2. Larkin, 3 goals, 1 assist. Bertuzzi, 2 goals. Sider, 1 assist. Oilers over the Kraken 5-3. Fogelli for Edmonton, 2 goals. Donato for Seattle, 1 goal. And Eberle for Seattle, 2 assists. And a lot of postponements. And oh boy, have we got even bigger than that. Panthers, Wild, Bruins, Canadiens, Maple Leafs, Canucks, Lightning, Avalanche, and Blue Jackets, Flames all wiped out due to the newest strain of COVID known as Omicron. We'll give you more information as develops. But right now, let's talk hockey. Yes, we're going to talk hockey now. We're going to gabble of hockey, yes. We always do. It's hockey. It's beautiful. It's a festival. Okay, only 1 game for the men in the non-conference. Colorado College beat Arizona State 4-2. Let's take a look at the women's game, women's hockey. And only 1 game there. In the WCHA was Minnesota State and Bemidji State in overtime. They ended in a 1-1 tie. Let's get you updated on the story of the minor leagues. We go around the minor league board now with the American Hockey League first. And then the Ontario Hockey League, and we'll check in with some of the others if time permittez-vous, and they should permit. So here we go. Happy landings on a corporate star. Let's hit it. And holy moly, we have 3 games, 3 minor league games in the American Hockey League were postponed. Providence Bruins and the Belleville Senators, Toronto Marlies and the Grand Rapids Griffins, and Laval Rockets and the Syracuse Crunch. Those that were played, here they are. Bridgeport Islanders over the Charlotte Checkers 5-1. In overtime, it was the Abbotsford Canucks over the Henderson Silver Knights by a score of 3-2. The Hershey Bears over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins 8-3. Rochester Americans in a shootout beat the Lehigh Valley Phantoms 4-3. Springfield Thunderbirds over the Hartford Wolfpack 6-4. Chicago Wolves and Milwaukee Admirals 4-2, the final score. Wolves over Admirals. Texas Stars beat the Rockford Ice Hogs 3-2, and the Tucson Roadrunners over the Ontario Reign 4-3. We also got with the Stockton Heat over the Colorado Eagles, 5-2. The San Jose Barracuda over the San Diego Gulls, 4-1. Those were your games played. Let's trail on to the Ontario Hockey League and get the Saturday games up and in impressiveness. There are 7 games in the Ontario Hockey League. Let's go through them all. Guelph over London, 4-1. Barrie over Ottawa, 5-2. Kitchener and 3 postponements. Kitchener, Erie, North Bay, Niagara, Flint, and Saginaw. All 3 of those games were wiped out due to COVID. Oshawa over Peterborough, 8-4. And Sarnia and Owen Sound, they too were postponed due to COVID. Now we've done the ladies, we've done the guys, we've done all that. Let's take you now to our headlines, and we'll go from there. Do we really have to do this breaking news? I mean, really, guys, do we have? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Here are the results from a night of boxing. I do this under protest, obviously, because the main event was YouTube Jake Paul going up against Tyrone Woodley. So let's go through the entire cardavoo. Liam Paro defeated Yomar Almo via split decision, 94, 95, 95, 94, 96, 93. Said Hud Hike Oi. Deron Williams defeated Frank Gorse via Deron Williams defeated Frank Gore via split decision, 38-37, 37-38, 40, 35. Special exhibition. Oi! For the ladies, for the guys who love lady boxers, Amanda Serrano, the champion, defeated Miriam Gutierrez via unanimous decision, which went 99-90, 99-91, and 100 to 90. Hey, there you go. And finally, for those that really give a darn, Jake Paul of YouTube fame defeated Tyrone Woodley via 6th round knockout. The scorecard, for those interested, Paul had 50. Let's see. It was, if it went further, it would have been a unanimous decision. He won all the rounds, even technical knockout on the 6th. Woodley didn't actually have a chance, so 50-45 was on the scorecard, all for Paul. So there you go on that mark. Okay, so that is our breaking news, but even more bigger breaking news. Let's hit the old NHL. And it kind of looks like that, well, if you happen to have a contract with the National Hockey League and you're a broadcaster, you might want to learn how to put on tap shoes because you will be tap dancing. COVID-19, especially the Omicron form of COVID-19, has drastically impacted the 2021-2022 NHL season, forcing nearly a third of the league to pause their campaigns while over 60 players remained in protocols as of last night, because right now it is Sunday. The virus spread is reportedly creating dissent within the NHL regarding ways to safely finish the season, and it is also slimming the chances of players competing in February 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. The delicate, multifaceted situation has put the NHL League office in triage mode, according to Emily Kaplan of ESPN. In fact, she tweeted this tonight, Saturday night, quote, "From SportsCenter tonight, here's the latest on where things stand in the NHL after a hectic day, and that is an understatement. The NHL is hoping it can avoid a full-on pause and is taking things on a case-by-case basis, but things are looking grim for Olympic participation too." You might as well say it. You might as well say it. I'll say it loud. I'll say it clear. I have a feeling that unless a miracle takes place, the Olympics in Beijing, the Winter Games, may be postponed. Now, I know we're just in, I think, the third week of December right now, and the Olympics are in February. Already, the USA, among two other countries, have slated a diplomatic boycott, but they may not have a choice. This latest this latest outbreak has really zapping things right and left. Some in the CDC says that this latest strain of COVID-19, that being the Omicron virus, is super strong. There are some that even are going so far as to maybe ask the Times Square folks that maybe they should, well, sort of again think about postponing the little shindig in Times Square, just do it virtual like they did last year. They don't want to have anything going on that might be considered a super spreader. As for the Olympics, oh boy, I would not want to be the International Olympic Committee at this point with the newest strain of the COVID virus hitting everything and almost everyone. Emily Kaplan said the NHL hopes to, as we said, avoid a full-on pause at all costs, but amidst the COVID-19 situation is pretty grim. Some league members, according to Kaplan, want to stop testing altogether, while others desire a league-wide pause to the season. The NHL sided with the second set of players' options. On Saturday, the league updated its COVID-19 protocols to include daily testing for players, coaches, as well as pregame testing on a case-by-case basis for teams facing outbreaks. Teams are expected to observe the updated protocols through January 7th. Now, any pause to the NHL season would likely eliminate the possibility of players competing in February's Olympics. The NHL has until January 10th to opt out of the Olympics without any financial penalty, and Kaplan said the league will do so if it feels, quote, like their schedule is maternally affected by COVID. It is. The NHL and Commissioner Gary Bettman may have already passed that point. Kaplan says that it's, quote, looking very unlikely, end quote, players will participate in the games, and the chances diminish further as more players enter those lovely COVID protocols. This week alone, the NHL postponed 4 teams, Colorado Avalanche, Florida Panthers, Boston Bruins, Nashville Predator games through December 26th. The league also postponed all Calgary Flames games through December 23rd. The Carolina Hurricanes, New York Islanders, Vancouver Canucks, Toronto Maple Leafs, Minnesota Wild, and Montreal Canadiens have all faced game postponements as well over this chaotic NHL season. And right now, as I said, maybe the varied leaders of North America are the president, and up in Canada, their gentleman, their prime minister, Mr. Trudeau, who has his thugs beat up reporters if they try to ask him a question. David Menzies, please get well. And if I were Rebel News, I would sue his thugs for beating him up like they did. Wasn't nice. He's doing his job, and his job as a reporter. Rebel News is an organization that does report the news in a factual way. They do investigate. And the way that Mr. Trudeau's bodyguards roughed up the reporter from Rebel News was unprofessional, unprovoked, and reeks of, well, how can I say this boldly and bluntly? Reeks of, well, censorship. Sorry about that. I had to speak my mind, and I did. Anyway, let's keep going with what I do know, and that is sports. There are some things I must champion and be an egregious agreeer of, and that is the right of First Amendment for freedom of the press. And no one, I don't care who they are, they do not have the right to send their bodyguards, or in this case, their thugs, to beat up a reporter with a microphone just doing his job as being a journalist. That chafes my chihuahua, if you want to know the truth. I'm a First Amendment supporter. So let's keep going. Let's go back to sports. Let's go back with some fun here. Okay, let's get going here. Here's one report we were supposed to do last night until our tech problems sort of kibbled us. Thursday, as Andy Slater of Fox Sports 640 AM first reported, the Hall of Fame pass rusher and longtime Giant Lawrence Taylor is facing 2 felony charges for failing to alert authorities to a change in address. This comes 10 years after the 62-year-old LT, Lawrence Taylor, pled guilty to a charge of sexual misconduct and patronizing a prostitute, resulting in him becoming a registered sex offender, which requires informing authorities of new residences. Taylor was booked around 8:45 p.m. Eastern, according to the fine folks at TMZ, and released later Thursday night from the Broward County Sheriff's Office. His attorney, Arthur Adala, told TMZ that the former linebacker, quote, has been compliant with all the rules and regulation regarding his legal status for the past decade, end quote. Taylor is quote, in the middle of a divorce. However, his local police department suggested it would be best if he slept at a nearby hotel, end quote. The lawyer continues, Mr. Taylor was constantly a resident of the marital home where he was registered, but on advice of local law enforcement, he was sleeping outside the home. We are confident that this will be dismissed at the first court hearing, end quote. Now, this isn't the first time Taylor had been in legal trouble since his 2021 charges. The two-time Super Bowl champion pled guilty to DUI charges in 2017 after crashing into a parked police car in Florida. During Taylor's prestigious playing career, in which he won NFL MVP, went to 10 Pro Bowls, and redefined modern-day pass rushing, the longtime Giant also battled off-field issues, serving a suspension for repeated drug use. Okay, we have covered that. Let's keep going. I think we tried to also, we got to finish up the injury report as well. All right. In other NFL news, tensions boiled over in the Patriots-Colts matchup at Lucas Oil Stadium with just under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Colts running back Jonathan Taylor ran up the right side of the field for a 7-yard gain. Following that run, a skirmish broke between both teams and resulted in Colts receiver Michael Pittman and Patriots safety Kyle Duggar being ejected from Saturday's contest. Pittman and Duggar seemed to get tangled on the run by Taylor, which started a shoving match between the two. And after they separated, Duggar threw a punch in the direction of Pittman, who was almost simultaneously hit from behind by linebacker Kyle Van Noy. He then crashed into Duggar, which escalated the situation as the Patriots safety ripped off Pittman's helmet as they went to the ground. Things have been getting chippy between these teams throughout what has been a pretty lopsided affair in favor of the Colts, who jumped out to a 20-0 lead through the first 3 quarters. Prior to a scuffle, Patriots linebacker Matthew Judon and quarterback Carson Wentz also seemed to have words and need to be separated by DeForest Buckner. It has been a pretty undisciplined night for the Patriots as a whole, as they committed a number of uncharacteristic penalties and turnovers as they are on the brink of having their 7-game winning streak snapped. While the frustrations of those issues could be the cause for things getting a bit chippy on the sidelines, Indianapolis could also be riding the emotions of trying to keep its playoff hopes alive against a conference rival. This is also the first time the Colts have hosted the Patriots since offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels backed out of their head coaching job back in 2018. So there could also be some agitation bleeding over from that storyline as well. So we will keep you updated on that as well. Let's go now to golf. And Tiger Woods returned to the links Saturday for his first taste of competitive action since the car crash that left him with severe leg injuries nearly 10 months ago. And he came away through 18 holes of play with a shot at a weekend win at the PNC Championship. Paired with his son, 12-year-old Charlie Woods, the two turned in an opening round 10 under par 62 at the 36-hole event in Orlando, putting them 3 strokes off the lead heading to later today. The Woods duo dashed their way onto the scene in the last flight to tee off round 1, but they wasted no time making their presence known in the event. It was Charlie who really kicked things off on number 1 by dragging Team Woods to the green, first with his drive and then with his approach. Then Tiger, as ever, closed it down with a putt to open the weekend with a birdie. That was part of a 4-birdie front 9 flush with highlights as the younger Woods stepped up in big moments to keep Team Woods in the mix. In a putt and subsequent celebration, eerily similar to his father, Charlie drained a long birdie putt on the 4th, part of a 4 birdies and 5-hole start while Tiger looked on. That much was a theme in the back 9 as well, as they added another 6 birdies down the stretch, including another long putt on number 15 from Charlie to close a birdie run. Sunday figures to shape up for a fun finish at the PNC Championship with Team Woods on the chase behind leaders Stewart and Reagan Sink. Team Thomas, the duo of world number 6 Justin Thomas and his dad Mike, are also in the hunt at 12 under, along with John Daly and his son, John Daly II. And we have a little time to bring you, yes, we do. Stewart and Reagan Sink are 13 under. Justin and Mike Thomas, along with John and John Daly II, are at 12 under. In second place, obviously. Fourth place, Vijay and Kwaz Singh at 11 under. And we got a logjam in fifth with Tiger and Charlie Woods, Nick and Matthew Faldo, Gary and Jordan Player, Tom and Sean Lehman, Matt and Cameron Kuchar, and Heinrich and Carl Stenson, all at -10. And there ye go with that. Okay, let's keep the love going. And the Minnesota Vikings made a little move as their playoff hopes are somewhat still with them. Veteran cornerback Bashard Breeland was released by the Vikings on Saturday, 2 days before Minnesota's Monday night showdown in Chicago against the Bears. Breeland was released after he got into a verbal altercation with coaches and some of his teammates, according to Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network and Ian Rappaport of self-same network. According to Tony Pauline of Pro Football Network, Breeland also initiated physical altercations with running back Dalvin Cook, defensive lineman Sheldon Richardson, and ultimately GM Rick Spielman, who had stepped in to calm the situation. Wow, Breeland wrote on Twitter shortly after the news broke of his release from the Vikings. He later posted a second message expressing his appreciation for the Vikings. Quote, "No hard feelings, no love lost," Breeland wrote, end quote. The 29-year-old defensive back was signed by the Vikings this offseason. A starter on the Chiefs Super Bowl championship team, Breeland picked off 2 passes and forced 2 fumbles this season. He also recorded 63 tackles with 5 breakups while starting in each of Minnesota's first 13 games. Now, Chris Boyd will likely fill Breeland's spot in the Vikings starting lineup. Boyd, a 7th-round draft pick in the 2019 NFL draft, made 20 tackles while recovering a fumble in 12 games this season. In 38 regular season games, Boyd, who started 5 games during the 2020 season, has 76 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 passes defended. Along with starter Patrick Peterson, the Vikings depth chart also includes quarterback Cameron Dantzler, Harrison Hand, and Mackenzie Alexander. Now, Dantzler has 25 tackles and 1 interception this season, while Hand has recorded 4 tackles in limited work. Alexander, veteran, has spent 5 of his 6 NFL seasons in Minnesota, recorded 30 tackles and 4 pass breakups in 13 games. Now, while the Vikings will try to make do without him, Breland will likely begin to field offers from other teams over the next several days. Maybe Detroit, but I doubt it. Okie dokers, let's keep going. Yes, we're almost at the home stretch, folks. Pray for us. Okay, and Urban Meyer finally broke his silence over his firing. Urban Meyer's time as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars came to an abrupt end this week after the club fired him less than a season into his tenure. For the first time since he was removed from his post, Meyer spoke directly and exclusively to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. My cat just came out of the back area of the TV. Excuse us. My cat's supposed to be operating the camera. Luckily, the camera is operating itself today.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Thank you.
Here,
Meyer explained how he was devastated by how things turned out. He apologized to Jacksonville. He loves Jacksonville. It was one of the reasons he took the job. He said that Shad is a great owner. In essence, he said, we all make mistakes, but I made a couple of them. I own up to them, and I'm sorry. Now, NFL insider for CBS Sports, Jason LaCanfora, reported on Saturday that the Jags fired Meyer for cause that stemmed from the handling of benching of star running back James Robinson, which was sparked due to an early fumble in Week 14. That, along with more controversy and owner Shad Khan's discussions with those within the organization about Meyer's character and leadership, ultimately led to the decision to let him go. LaCanfora said, quote, "It was almost like there became a moral obligation to fire him after the way he handled Robinson's benching and with the way he treated people. It was the right thing to do. Nothing was changing. He wasn't getting any better. It kept getting worse," end quote. Regarding the Robinson situation, Meyer said, "When you see someone lose the ball or even see them be loose with the ball, get them out of the game. Get their mind right, and then get them back in. When he fumbled, I said, take him out. We took him out. Then we had a lack of communication about when to put him back in," end quote. Meyer said he and Robinson exchanged texts following his firing, and he described the relationship as great. Now, on top of the Robinson situation, there was also an incident following the Jaguars' loss to the Bengals where he elected to stay in Ohio and not accompany the team home. A video went viral that captured Meyer at a bar with a young woman dancing close to his lap. In a statement immediately following the incident, Khan said that Meyer's behavior was, quote, inexcusable, end quote. There was also an incident with a former kicker, Josh Lambo, where he revealed that Meyer kicked him back in the preseason. Meyer said that the altercation with Lambo was not accurately portrayed. One of the more startling aspects of Meyer's tenure was the lack of development, possibly even regression, of number 1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence. Clemson phenom completed just 58.2% of his passes this season with 14 interceptions and 9 touchdowns. Now, despite those struggles, Meyer believes that Lawrence will succeed in the NFL. Meyer also revealed that the source of his frustration with how things unfolded in Jacksonville was not being able to live up to Khan's hopes. As for what may be next, Meyer said to be determined. He has also not heard from anyone in the coaching world about a possible job, according to Rappaport, which may or may not be good in the words, as I say. Speaking of good in the words, it is time now because of little situations. We will we have already the little pick selectora for tonight's not for tonight's but for our friend Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman, and the predictions go like this. Now, of course, he did pick the New England Patriots to beat the Indianapolis Colts 27-21. We'll find out if that has come true or not. But because of the COVID situation, because of the new strain, about 4 games had to be placed in other dates. So here we go. The Fox 1 o'clock games on Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals at Detroit Lions. The rabbi says Detroit needs to win this to force Jacksonville to be the number one, to get the number one draft pick for 2022's NFL draft. Unfortunately, they're meeting Arizona. Arizona to beat Detroit 27-17. Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills, a game that we all thought was going to be canceled, but instead it will be played. And the rabbi says, don't count the Buffalo Bills out, except now, Carolina 36, Buffalo 21. Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The rabbi, of course, being a man of few words, said, this one stinks. Dallas 17, New York Giants 14. The lone 425 game is the Green Bay Packers and Baltimore Ravens. And the rabbi says, you got to be kidding about this. Maybe they should have moved this game to Monday or Tuesday. Packers 30, Baltimore Ravens 14. On the CBS 1 o'clock games, Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. New coach for the Jaguars, interim coach for the Jaguars. Still the same result. Houston 21, Jacksonville nothing. New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins. The rabbi just looks at this game and just says, oi. Miami 14, New York Jets 3. Tennessee Titans, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The rabbi says Titans all the way. Steelers have stumbled too much and are looking on the outside look. They're in the outside look. They're on the outside looking in. Well, you know what they mean. Pittsburgh is going to see their playoff chances sink slowly in the sunset. Tennessee 34, Pittsburgh Steelers 28. The 405 games on CBS, the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. That game, for want of a better word, is impossible to predict. San Francisco starting to come back. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons starting to wonder if their standings in the NFL draft may improve. We'll see. Atlanta 21, San Francisco 10. Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. No contest. Denver 24, Cincinnati Bengals 3. The Sunday night NBC game will feature the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the rabbi says Tommy Buccaneer will be in hog heaven with this game. 41 Tampa Bay to New Orleans 28. On the NFL Network Monday special, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. The rabbi is saying this game makes him sick because the Browns will win it. 36-24, Browns over the Raiders. The ESPN Monday night get-together will be, and by the way, the Raiders-Browns 5 p.m. This Monday. ESPN's Monday night game, also on ABC, will be the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The rabbi says, if you bear down Chicago Bears, can you win this game? Of course not. The Vikings will hold a Viking funeral for you as your casket sinks slowly in Lake Michigan. Minnesota 24, Chicago Bears 10. Tuesday night, Fox will have two games on one time. So it's a regional. Some of you will see at 7 p.m. Tuesday, Washington at the Philadelphia Eagles. The rabbi says you got to be kidding about this. We don't even need to discuss it. Philadelphia 24, Washington 14. Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams is the other regional game that was taken from Sunday. And the rabbi says Seattle looks like a winner, except they're playing against the Rams and a rejuvenated Matthew Stafford. Give Stafford and the Rams this one. 21-7, Rams over the Seahawks. Okay. We'll have more on those, number-wise, coming oop. As I say in the business, yes, indeed, we will do so. Yay. Yay, verily. Okay. Did we do Washington, Philadelphia? Yeah, Seattle, Rams, Washington, Philadelphia. Yep. Okay. Okay, and next week the rabbi returns to us. Hey, Deej. Yeah, hi, Lugs. Giving a quick like. Still in the middle of my long marathon stream, past 32 hours, chugging away towards 48. Well, I salute you, sir. I salute you, Deej. Good luck in your long marathon stream by the old mill stream where I first met you. Okay. Are we done with yes. Oh, okay, we gotta put this on. If you remember, quite a month, ESPN in August broadcast a high school game featuring a team called Bishop Sycamores against the IMG Academy. The final score was 58-0. IMG Academy in Florida over Bishop Sycamore. A lot of questions about that game and its legitimacy. In fact, an investigation took place, and we got the results. An investigation by the ODE, the Ohio Department of Education, found Bishop Sycamore failed to meet Ohio's minimum requirements for an educational institution. Investigators couldn't confirm the school's location, teachers' names, and found no evidence of multiple students being enrolled this year, leading them to deem Bishop Sycamore as, quote, not a school, and as, quote, not a school as it purports on paper to be, end quote, in their 41-page report. Mike DeWine, Ohio governor, said Friday he's looking into whether Bishop Sycamore broke any laws. What do you think? They had to. Isn't fraud one law they broke? He's also working with state education officials and lawmakers to find ways to prevent similar situations from occurring again. DeWine said in a statement per the AP, quote, Ohio families should be able to count on the fact that our schools educate students and don't exist in name only as a vehicle to play high school sports, end quote. Bishop Sycamore fired head coach Ron Johnson after the IMG Academy loss, and new coach Tyron Jackson seemed to describe his program as exactly that type of vehicle. In September, Jackson told NBC4 in Ohio his school does not offer a curriculum and is not a school. Quote, that's not what Bishop Sycamore is, and I think that's what the biggest misconception about us was, and that was our fault, end quote, Jackson said, quote, because that was a mistake on paperwork, end quote. Now, Ohio had Bishop Sycamore listed as a non-charter, non-tax supported school. Jackson, who claimed to have no prior knowledge of the distinction, told NBC4, the school won't file paperwork to be considered as such for the 2021-2022 academic year. Now, every remaining opponent on Bishop Sycamore's 2021-2022 football schedule canceled their matchup, making the IMG Academy loss Bishop Sycamore's last game of the season. The Ohio Department of Education's investigation and its potential fallout could make that IMG loss Bishop Sycamore's last game as a quote-unquote high school program. Okay, and we are. Yep, we're still online here. Let's get to the crescendo, as we say, which happens to be our international sport, and we are going to be running time zone here, time limitations. Let's bop in and tell you that the Premier League in England postponed Manchester United and Brighton, Aston Villa and Burnley, Southampton and Brentford, Watford and Crystal Palace, West Ham and Norwich. Only game on the Premier League schedule then was Arsenal and Leeds, and Arsenal beat Leeds 4-1. In Das Bundesliga, Union Berlin beat Bochum 1-0. Eintracht Frankfurt defeated Mainz 1-0. Greuther Fürth and Augsburg tied at 0. Hoffenheim and Mönchengladbach tied at 1. Arminia Bielefeld and Leipzig. Arminia Bielefeld beat Leipzig 2-0. Hertha Berlin defeated Dortmund 3-2. Italy Series A was Roma over Atalanta 4-1. Juventus over Bologna 2-0. Udinese over Cagliari 4-1. Spain's La Liga, Rayo Vallecano defeated Alaves 2-0. Villarreal over Real Sociedad 3-1. Barcelona over Elche 3-2. Seville over Athletic Madrid 2-1. And in Italian basketball, Tortona over Venezia 77-65. In Espanyol, in the Spanish Basketball League, it was Fuenlabrada 104, Tenerife 96. Basket Zaragoza over Mora Blanc Andorra 92-83. Obradorio CAB over San Paulo Berjo 101-94, and Juventud Badalona over Unicaja 76-72. In Channel 1 Cup action in Europe, Finland over Canada 4-1, Russia over the Czech Republic 5-2. And repeating our Saturday score in the National Football League, Indianapolis over New England 27-17. In fact, we don't repeat it, we just said it. So there you go, on a nutshell. Do we have one more little thing to do? Yes, we do. We got a little bit of time left. We're going to make haste. And wow. Jimmy Kimmel's Bowl mascot, Jimmy Kimmel, vomited during the broadcast, part of the many hijinks around that bowl that we're going to talk about tomorrow. The Athletic is reportedly entering exclusive talks with the New York Times about potential sale. We'll find out more about that. Bucks Bobby Portis